Thank you, Hugh. Good evening once again. Wales were so close to replicating Turkey's false start against Switzerland, but thanks to Kiefer Moore, Danny Ward and VAR, they took a fortuitous point and have returned to this huge opulent venue facing the Turks and their fans. But a football nation awash with passion are on a knife edge, and the Welsh know this is a great opportunity to put them away. It's the same Welsh side which drew 1-1 with the Swiss here on Saturday. Ward in goal, Roberts, Rodon, Mepham and Davis, Bale and James in the wide areas, Allen and Morel at the heart of midfield, with Ramsey behind Moore. Two changes for Turkey following that 3-0 loss against the Italians. Demirel and Yazici are both benched. Ayhan and Under come into the side. It is Shakir in goal. Shelik, Ayhan, Soyuncu and Meras are the back four. Tufan and Yakuzlu in midfield. Karaman, Calhanoglu and Under will be supporting Yilmaz. Our referee is Artur Diaz of Portugal, and the VAR, João Pinheiro. And of course, VAR had a crucial role to play in Wales' opening game in the competition. And it's Wales who will get the game underway here in Baku in their chain strip, primrose yellow, green shorts and yellow socks. Turkey in all red, and the stadium is awash with red wherever you look. And we must say, we've talked about a hostile atmosphere, but the reaction from the Turkish fans to the Welsh national anthem was absolutely brilliant. They showed respect, but it's likely that will come to an end once the game gets underway. This really is must win for both sides here at UEFA Euro 2020. And once again, TalkSport go where the stories are, and tonight it is all about Wales. Both sets of players take the knee, and a long way from home, Wales face hostility off the pitch and a team with wounded pride on it. It's the Dragons' biggest match since the Euro 2016 semi-final, and TalkSport is with them every single step of the way. And Dean Saunders, we had no real atmosphere on Saturday. This is what the Euros are all about.
Well, this is a long time coming, this sort of atmosphere, but hopefully we react the right way, and hopefully it has an adverse effect on Turkey, because, as I said earlier, they can panic.
Here's a long ball played forward for Turkey in all red, attacking the goal away to our right in the first half. Yilmaz with a cross into the penalty area, but Morel comes back to cover, and he will clear up towards the halfway line. And it's quickly won by Ramsey, who scoops it into the path of Davis. Allen back towards the edge of his own penalty area, and Mepham, who was quickly closed down. But he's done well to work it wide towards the far side, and now Mepham will just play it long and high up towards the halfway line. It's flicked on by Ramsey, but Moura comes short, looking to win the header himself, and as a result Turkey win the ball back.
Yeah, and Aaron Ramsey there, lack of communication with Kiefer Moore. I mean, Connor Roberts is a diagonal ball, aimed it for the big striker, it's on his chest, and they couldn't have spoke because Aaron's gone and flicked it over Connor's head.
Yilmaz with another high ball forward to chase, but this time Connor Roberts will guide it back to Danny Ward, who was such a hero in the game against Switzerland here live on TalkSport on Saturday. The boos again as Ramsey looks to bring the ball forward, but he's been fouled. The challenge coming in from Yakuzlu, the player who spent time on loan at West Bromwich Albion towards the end of the season. And Wales have a free kick on halfway. And of course, two Leicester City players also in the Turkey starting lineup. Shaglar Soyuncu alongside Senzik Under. As on the far side, James will chase, but Soyuncu will just run the ball out of play, and Wales have a throw-in over on their right. It is still very, very warm inside the stadium. Darkness just about beginning to descend here in Azerbaijan, as a long throw from Roberts is looped into the penalty area, headed away by Ayhan. Morel will head it forward towards the far side. Roberts now with a high ball into the area, and he's been caught, and it's a free kick to Wales, wide on their right, about 10 yards outside the penalty area. Karaman with the foul.
Has he given it to us? I think yes, I think he has. He's given it to us. Good start from Morel. Young lad, probably the biggest atmosphere he's ever played in. He's tracked his man back into the box and got there in the first minute, and then he's gone and won a header. So that you do say to him before they go out, make sure the first things you do in the game are good, and then you can follow on from that.
3 minutes played here on TalkSport in Baku. Turkey 0, Wales 0. In a massive game for both clubs. Free kick for Wales is whipped into the penalty area, flicked on by Davis at the near post, but it was a difficult header to try and get on target, and it was a couple of yards wide, and it will be a goal kick here for Turkey. A reminder, earlier on today, Finland losing against Russia in St. Petersburg by a 0-0 in Group B. So both of those sides now have 3 points from their opening 2 games. And later on TalkSport, the other game in Group A this evening, Italy against Switzerland, will be live from the Stadio Olimpico with Adrian Durham, Joe Shannon and Dean Ashton. As Turkey look to come forward again. Yilmaz pokes the ball in field. Çalhanoğlu will try and break towards the edge of the penalty area, and in the end a challenge comes in on Ozan Tufan as he looked to break in field. He went down rather dramatically as the challenge came in from Mepham, but nothing given by the referee, and it's a goal kick.
Well, there's an example of playing out from the back. Turkey looks stuck, the 2 centre-backs are in the 6-yard box, the full-backs are wide, and the goalkeeper's pinged the ball straight down the middle. One striker comes round the front of the other one, header down, and all of a sudden they're at us.
Ward clears downfield this time, looking for Moore, and Moore has won the free kick. He was tangling with Soyuncu, and already, early days of course with 4 minutes played, but Artur Diaz, the referee, is clamping down on any foul play from either side. It's another free kick for Wales here. Jabbed wide towards the far side by Bale, and now infield towards James, who just looked to spin in behind Ayhan. Davis on the halfway line will find Roden once again as the boos continue to ring around this stadium here in Baku. One nation, 2 states is the slogan whenever people in Azerbaijan speak about Turkey, and we've seen plenty of that over the past couple of days. But Ramsey now works it wide to the far side, and James Moore makes the run into the penalty area, but he was the only target. The cross was overhit, but Shelik almost gives away a corner under pressure from Ramsey, but Wales do have a throw-in on this near side. And you have to say, Dean Saunders, the Turks look nervous.
Good start. Yeah, I'm just watching Kiefer Moore's movement in the box there. Dan James is just opening his body out and just whipping it in. As long as Kiefer Moore is making 2 runs, one for the defender and then get across him or go to the near post, pull behind, I'm sure Bale and Dan James will pick him out.
Bale with a long throw into the penalty area, looking for Moore, headed away as far as Davis, who turns to his left-hand side, tries to find Bale again, who steps in field beyond Shelik. Excellent ball into the penalty area, great chance here for Ramsey, and it's turned aside at the near post. Ramsey 4 yards out, went for that near post. It's blocked by the legs of Shakir, but what a glorious chance for Wales in the opening 5 minutes.
There's a class. Bale comes in off the left wing, comes inside, and Ramsey makes that darting run, threads him in, should have scored. Keeper's made a great save, but he could have squared it for Kiefer Moore as well. What a chance.
Now Davis from the corner. Wales played it short and made a real hash of it, and in the end it's all the way back towards Danny Ward. 6 minutes played on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport from the Azerbaijani capital Baku, as Wales look to come forward again, but Moore just losing out to Ayhan on the edge of the area, and now it's wide to Under on this near side. Challenge coming in very quickly from Davis, who claims he won the ball, but the referee has given a free kick to Turkey on the halfway line.
I thought that was harsh. Ben Davis, I thought he made a good challenge there. But you're right what you're saying, they do look nervous again. They take, against Italy, they just kept going backwards, stepping back. Do you know, I wonder sometimes if the manager said to him, don't give fouls away while Bale's on the pitch. And then they end up not pressing, not tackling.
30,000 inside this stadium, which does hold just under 70,000. And the Turkey fans are, in general, socially distanced all around the stadium. There is a noisy knot of Welsh supporters down to our right-hand side, and we've been speaking to a number of those around the city and also in our hotel in the build-up, and many of them have made huge financial sacrifices to come to this tournament, and of course they'll have a spell in quarantine or self-isolation when they get home as well. But it is all about following the national side, and they've done that with some real pride here, and now it is up to their heroes to deliver. 7 minutes played here on TalkSport, 0-0, but Wales have made the better start in this game. The situation in the group, Italy have 3 points, Both Wales and Switzerland, one each, and Turkey yet to register. Here is Under on this near side, quickly closed down by Dan James, and it will be a throw-in to Wales, just in front of Rob Page, who is prowling around the technical area. And we're just watching the replay of the chance for Ramsey, and he sent Soyuncu out for a paper with that.
He's made a great run. Nigel, he's made a great diagonal run. He gets through. Soyuncu thinks he's going to shoot with his left foot. He chops him and then tries to drag it back inside the near post. Keeper saved it with his foot.
Another free kick given to Turkey on this near side. A foul by Allen taken quickly. Here is Under down the right. Yilmaz balls out to the edge of the penalty area, strikes it low, and it's just wide. And Danny Ward maybe got a touch on that. A corner's being given. Yilmaz given far too much room on the edge of the penalty area, and Danny Ward looks to have saved Wales yet again.
Switched off. Free kick. They take it quick. It's a cross into the box. Mark him. There you go. Chris Mepham and Joe Rodon. When the ball comes into the box, Yilmaz is the best centre forward they've ever had. You've got to mark him.
Corner into the near post from Çalhanoğlu is volley clear by Bale. Shelik heads it back towards the edge of the penalty area once again. This time Mepham rises to clear. Wales can break with Dan James if he plays the right ball, and he does. Now Moore wide to this near side, the right. He's got Bale making the run ahead of him into the penalty area. He had James as well, who was offering a lung-busting dash towards the 6-yard box, but Bale's cross is charged down at the near post, and a corner kick has been given to Wales.
Well, what a game. What a game. This is like, I'm just thinking, it's a bit strange. It's like a real game of football with a real crowd. We've been watching it on the TV for ages, and there's no reaction from the crowd. But tonight we got it. Reaction from everything.
Nearly 10 minutes played. 0-0 here in Baku. Corner to Wales. And it's played in by James, high towards the far post, volley back into the 6-yard area, and then it was met firmly by Yakuzlu. And on the far side, Morel will pick it up on the Welsh right. Back in field to Connor Roberts, who is the last man, lofted into the channel, and that's a good ball as well for Ramsey to try and chase. The challenge comes in from Umut Meras, and it's a goal kick in the end. But Wales here, they look lively, and that's good to see.
Playing great, I have to say. 10 minutes. I think we've been excellent. We've created 2 or 3 chances. On the break we look dangerous. The players look fresher and as if they needed the game.
10 minutes played. Turkey were so impressive in the qualifiers, conceding only 3 goals in their 10 games. They beat the French at home and drew away, but of course all of that fine form counted for nothing in their opening game. Şenol Güneş admitted in the press conference yesterday that there's been a good deal of soul-searching throughout his squad, that he's made changes, and it's a big call to leave out Merih Demiral, who has been seen as one of the potential stars of the tournament for Turkey, but Ayhan, who has come in, has never let his side down when he's played international football.
That would worry me, Nigel. You know, they take a quick free kick down the right. Karaman's whipped across into the middle of the goal. We've got 4 defenders in there against Yilmaz, and it's like as if they're standing in space. Space doesn't score. Strikers score. Mark. Must have told them before the game.
Now it's been given away by Mepham on this near side, but the flag has actually gone up against Yilmaz, who was offside when the block was made by Under, and it will be a free kick for Wales, and they look to play the ball out from the back again. 11 minutes played here in the heat of Baku. Turkey 0, Wales 0, live on Talk Sport, with Italy against Switzerland still to come on Euro Game Day Live. Every single game from the entire tournament will be live across the Talk Sport network. James heads it down towards Allen, down the left-hand side, back out wide towards James again. Early cross into the penalty area, Moore with a looping header, and it's over the top. He was never quite set for it. As a result, there was more loop than power. But once again, Wales finding joy in the wide areas.
What a move. I can smell blood. Can you? It's coming. The goal's coming. We've got a score now. We've got them on the rack. What a ball. Gareth Bale picks the ball up deep in his own half, pings a 60-yard ball out to Dan James on the touchline. He drags it again on his left foot, stands a brilliant cross up to the back post. Kiefer Moore's coming in, I'm thinking goal. Heads it back where it comes from, gets blocked.
Well, Wales have had 2 very presentable chances in the game so far. 13 minutes played on TalkSport, but it's still goalless. Yilmaz flicks on to Under. A sharp volley from him. Left-footed on the edge of the penalty area, but straight at Danny Ward.
Under from Leicester. He's not really took off for Leicester. He's got 9 goals at this level. Another dangerous player. Out with nothing. Long ball. Knocked down. Volley. This is the best game I've seen in ages.
Well, it made such a difference to have a crowd and noise. It was all a bit sedate at times here on Saturday against Switzerland, and that's no disparaging comments about either sets of supporters, but there simply weren't enough of them in a stadium of this size. But with 30,000 supporters here up against Wales, but at the moment Wales are doing a good job of keeping them quiet. Here is Moore by the corner flag on this near side. The ball has just squeezed behind and a goal kick has been given.
As we speak, for 15 minutes, Morell's played well. Allen's played well, not give the ball away. Ramsey, class, movement and football. Bale, he's hit 3 50-yard passes, and he put Ramsey in for the chance. Kiefer Moore's had 3 headers at goal, and Dan James is on fire. We've got to score now.
Have to capitalise on this early dominance here. 14 minutes played, 0-0. Burachan Shakir, the Trabzonspor goalkeeper, will clear downfield, and there's a former Trabzonspor goalkeeper who is the coach of Turkey, Şenol Güneş. And he was in goal 4 times against Wales in the 1970s and 80s.
He was the manager of Trabzonspor when I was at Galatasaray.
Had a fantastic record there as well.
Look, more as a player.
Yeah. More as a player than as a coach, but he has won the Turkish title with Beşiktaş, and he was the coach that took Turkey to 3rd place in the 2002 World Cup, and he's come back for another go. And although they were very poor against Italy, that was only their 2nd defeat in 14 games. But if you look at Wales's record now, only 1 loss in their last 14 competitive games, so
they are
earned the right to be here.
They're all over the place at the back, Turkey. Just look like strangers.
Ward clears downfield again, flicked on by Bale, back into the path of Morel. There is space for Ramsey now down the left-hand side, and Morel has found him. Ramsey checks in field again and lofts a high ball wide towards the far side, looking for the run of Roberts, but it's nodded out, and it will be a throw-in. Merash was the player who rose above Roberts, but Wales are keeping the pressure on here. It's thrown long by Roberts. Bale can't be offside by the byline. And now the cross is whipped in by Roberts, headed away at the near post by Yokuşlu, and it's Morel who fastens onto it. Now Ramsey, square from Allen again, wide to this near side by Davis, towards James. Can he use that electric pace once again? It's a high cross in towards the far post. Bale with the header, nodded back in field, Kiefer Moore with a great chance, appeals for handball, and penalty appeals are waved away. And how on earth did Wales not score there?
I can't believe that. How's that not gone in? We nearly scored 4 there in one attack. And it's staying out of their net. I don't know. Another brilliant cross from Dan James. Kiefer Moore's up at the back post, heads it back across the goal. They're appealing for handball. I don't know if it's gone to VAR.
Well, the ball is still in play. The VAR official is João Pinheiro, and Wales are still chuntering towards the referee, suggesting that there was a handball, but the ball is still alive here. Morel wide to the far side, and Connor Roberts. 16 minutes played. It's all Wales, but they need to score here.
How we've not scored, Nigel, I don't know.
Bale on the halfway line, finding Morel. Through towards Kiefer Moore. Almost turns away from Ayhan, but the ball dribbles away from him at the key moment, and it's gathered by Shakir.
If I was Aaron Ramsey now, with us having this much of the ball, every time it went wide to Dan James or Bale, I'd get in I'd get into the box with Kiefer Moore. There's a knockdown there for him.
Now Yilmaz having to grapple for the ball on the halfway line. He's challenged by Allen, and a free kick has been given to Turkey. And we're watching the opportunity again. It was Kiefer Moore inside the area, and it struck the hand of Soyuncu. No question about that. The question is, was it deliberate handball? And looking at the replay, you can't honestly say it was.
No, he's trying. It's like nearly an overhead kick from him. He's trying to get his leg up, and as his leg's gone up, I think he took his eye off the ball. It's hit the back of his elbow. My first reaction is not a penalty.
18 minutes played, 0-0 here on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport. The second of 3 games today across the TalkSport network, and it's a massive one for Wales, and at the moment they are rising to the occasion here. Another free kick for Wales. Yokuslu with the challenge this time on Gareth Bale, and a free kick for Wales 10 yards inside their own half on the far side. And it's amazing that the atmosphere has been completely snuffed out here by Wales with their performance in the opening 18 minutes.
Well, we're just first to every ball, every loose ball, every ball that's kicked long, we're first to it all over the pitch. Some of these players, these Turkish players, look like they're out on their feet, whether it's just the occasion that's got to them or they've been overtraining.
Whipped forward by Ramsey again, a chase for Moore, but he just slips, but he forces Ayhan into a headed clearance, and Wales do have a throw-in on this near side. I mean, this is a big night for Turkey on and off the field. Their president, Erdogan, is here, sitting next to the president of Azerbaijan, so
he might leave early if this carries on. Get his dinner.
Here is James on this near side, the left again. Can he deliver the cross? He skips away from Shakir, but the cross into the near post was scuffed, and Turkey have the opportunity to clear. And now Shakir on this near side, but it's James who comes back to make the challenge, and Çalhanoğlu crumples to the turf, and we barely mentioned him in the opening 20 minutes here.
Dan James has crossed the ball on the byline. It's probably his 6th or 7th cross he's put in since we started. He's fallen over as he's crossed it. He runs 40 yards and wins the ball back for us. Well done.
Karaman on the far side for Turkey. The boos you can hear are to try and drown out the Welsh supporters away to our right hand side. Now Ayhan, the central defender, brought into the side, but Turkey have given the ball away straight to Davis. Davis clips it forward, looking for Bale, but it's headed away, and now Yilmaz almost turns away from Mepham, but Mepham does well to just stretch out the right leg and jab it wide to the far side. And Roberts, here is Morel again, wide towards Roberts, back in field to Mepham, and no Rodon on the edge of the penalty area. Davis in the left back position, and Rodon now really needs to get rid as Çalhanoğlu closes him down 4 yards out. Eventually he does so. Ozan Tufan knocks it down for Shelik, and it's headed away by Davis up towards the halfway line. Wales looking to win those second balls, and eventually Kiefer Moore steps in to ensure that Shelik can't play the ball forward. And with 20 minutes played on TalkSport, it is still 0-0, but Wales should be ahead.
Yeah, and we haven't scored yet, and you have to think they've got players who can do magic moments. Yilmaz is one of them. Joe Allen, vital role in this when we're on top. His job is to just stay behind the ball and make sure we don't get counter-attacked.
Rodon plays it forward now, nodded down by Kiefer Moore, quickly played forward by Ramsey into the green grass behind Shelik. There's an opportunity for James to break into the penalty. Needs to be a good cross, and in the end it was Ayhan who slid in, and he rather fortuitously for Turkey diverted the ball into the arms of Shakir, the goalkeeper.
Well, Dan James's pace is just
unstoppable. He's got them on toast, hasn't he?
He's just, I mean, it's one of them where he's like the fastest boy at school. It just beats everybody as if they're not there. He's given 5 yard start there, gets to the byline, squares it. Another lucky escape for Turkey. Kiefer Moore nearly had a tap in.
The ponytail Soyuncu plays it wide to the far side, and Çalhanoğlu. High ball back to the right, and Shelik. An opportunity to deliver the early cross, but it's over the head of the unrushing Karaman. And Roberts will be able to clear, and there was only one Turkish player inside the penalty area there. Soyuncu now leaps up above Moore, wins the header. Bale tries to charge it down, but it breaks into the path of Çalhanoğlu down the Turkish left-hand side. Dreadful ball though back in field, quickly cut out by Moore. He's then fouled, and Wales have a free kick. And the playmakers for Turkey at the moment are absolutely dreadful.
Çalhanoğlu is the best player, and the danger is for Chris Mepham and Rodon, when they do eventually work the ball into him, he's in the number 10 pocket. Do I step in there and leave a big hole behind me, or do I just let him have it and backpedal and kill Yilmaz's space? because Yilmaz will just run into wherever hole appears. So they have to talk, and if Joe Allen can deal with him, or Morrell can deal with him, that's the ideal scenario, because he is a world-class player.
Chested down by Moore into the path of Morrell, and there is space now for Connor Roberts to move forward down the right-hand side. He just checks back in field, looks to see where Bale is, and now Bale gathers 25 yards out. Moore makes the run in behind, but he's offside. But it's a great run by Ramsey. Ramsey with the opportunity. Oh, he blazes it over the top. Aaron Ramsey clean through, and for the second time in the game already, he has head in hands. That was a fantastic chance, and the Wales playmaker should have made it 1-0.
I thought he was offside. They've stepped out, through ball. Aaron Ramsey's timed his run perfectly. The left back has played him onside. He touches it. I think he didn't realise how much time he had, and he scoops it with his right foot over the bar.
He could have gone round it.
Yeah, probably, when you haven't played for as long as he has. That sharpness in front of goal, instead of seeing clear pictures slotted to the keeper's right, a picture appears crystal clear. When you haven't played for a while, or you're in a bad form, you haven't scored for a while, that just becomes a blur. And it looked to me there as if he just panicked, kicked it too soon.
Well, Wales have had more clear-cut chances in this game already than they created in the entirety of the match against Switzerland here on Saturday. So far, more possession, more corners, more shots than Turkey.
Do you know what, Nigel? Strange as it seems, we've just had 15 minutes there to get through to the latter stages. We could have buried them, and we haven't taken the opportunities. Let's just hope, you know how football goes, let's just hope it doesn't come back and bite us.
Well, Şenol Güneş is standing there on the edge of his technical area, the Turkey coach, with much to ponder here. Yilmaz looks to play the ball in field, and the challenge on Yekuzov results in a free kick. It was Rodon who's been penalised.
I think the ref was unsighted there. Rodon's put his foot in. Foul. Non-contact football.
Ayhan plays it forward to Tufan, but once again the ball forward towards Çalhanoğlu is overhit, and it's behind for a goal kick. And already, Dean, we are seeing signs of this passionate Turkish supporting crowd just beginning to get on the backs of their players.
Just turning now, but they've been quiet, and now it's going to go the other way. This game of football is like a boxing match when one boxer's got one in the ropes in the corner and he's refusing to go down. We just need that big punch, because I think these will crumble completely.
Now Robert, the shot on the far side, plays it in field to Morrell, and there's space and time for Allen, and now Davis, first time ball into the path of Ramsey. Ramsey has been superb for Wales so far, and he's challenged by Under, and it will be at least a throw-in for Wales on this near side. 25 minutes played. It remains 0-0, but Wales have had 4 really good chances to score the opening goal here.
That doesn't tell the picture, though. The 4 chances, we've had efforts around their box non-stop.
Here is Morrell, wide towards the far side again, and Roberts. Now Bale takes over, and he's been much more involved in this game than he was for long spells on Saturday. Down the line again from Davis. Ramsey will chase, but Ayhan will just shepherd the ball out of play. Don't forget, Italy against Switzerland coming live from the Stadio Olimpico, live on TalkSport at 8 o'clock tomorrow. 3 more games across the TalkSport network. Ukraine against North Macedonia is at 2 o'clock. Belgium will take on Denmark at 5. And then it's the Netherlands against Austria at 8 o'clock. And of course, on Friday, 8 o'clock kickoff, England against Scotland. We will have commentary reflecting the passionate views of both nations. England on TalkSport, Scotland on TalkSport 2. Now Ramsey for Wales once again. Plays it wide towards the far side, and Mepham. So much space and time for Bale as Turkey really step off here. Bale checks in field, drives it towards the edge of the penalty area beyond both Kiefer Moore and Dan James, and it's behind for a goal kick once again. And Wales here are in control.
Yeah, and what Gareth Bale's doing, instead of staying on the right-hand side, there's a little hole at the side of their 2 sitting midfield players, and he keeps coming deep into that hole. As he comes deep, Ramsey runs forward. and they can't cope. The movement of them two, you know, they are class players, and right now the cream's come to the top.
Allen looks to play the ball forward, but he's lost out in an aerial duel, and Under's got space on this near side, the right. Davis comes across to try and deal with him. 3 forward inside the penalty area for Turkey. Under drives in the cross, but it strikes the body of Davis, and Wales will try and break, but James just slips as he looks to go beyond Shelik, and here is Yakuzlu for Turkey once again. High and wide towards the far side, and Umut Meras. Now Çalhanoğlu, and it's in towards Karaman. The challenge comes in from Roden.
Well
and it's
done.
a good one, and it's a corner kick to Turkey.
Great defending, Joe Roden. So they've got the ball switched, which we're allowing them to do. If they do get possession, they're not coming through the middle of us. The ball's out wide. It's a threaded through ball. Yilmaz makes the run, but Joe Roden tracks the runner and blocks it. They've got a corner, but it's a great bit of defending.
And we saw Wales be so fallible from set pieces against Switzerland. Of course, the goal for Switzerland came from this route on Saturday. Under will take the corner, and it's an outswinger. Moore rising with the header from Ayhan, and it's cleared off the line brilliantly by Morel, diving across to keep Wales on level terms. Now Soyuncu looks to cross in from the right. Sliding in was Allen, but Joe Morel, who set up the goal for Wales on Saturday, has saved one here tonight.
Well, some managers like somebody on the post, the back post, some managers don't. But that saved us. Actually, it looks like it's going wide, but it's a header at goal again. That's 6 we've had.
Çalhanoğlu with the cross in, the header from Soyuncu, and again it's cleared off the line, this time at the far post. Under will try and win it back. Now it's headed wide towards this near side, and Çalhanoğlu once again over the shoulder from him, gathered by Under on the right corner of the penalty area. He will look to take on the challenge of Bale. The cross in low is volley clear, and it's gathered by Ramsey, who's all on his own. Has support though from James if he can play the ball, and now James will sprint deep into the Turkish half, and he's gone beyond the challenge. He's quickly barged over by Umut Meras, and the referee has not given a free kick to Wales, which astonishes me.
Absolutely shocking decision. We've picked up a clearance. Ramsey's dodged brilliantly with a bit of skill. We're on the break. He slips down James out to the left, and Umit's come across, body checked him. How can he give it the other way? I can't understand that.
Half an hour played, 0-0 here on Euro Game Day Live on Talk Sport. 3,000 miles from home, but Wales are doing their fans proud here at the moment, but they need a goal. Here is Under inside the penalty area, fastens onto a long ball, but he's shepherded wide to the far side by Davis. Under has support from Çalhanoğlu, now low to Yilmaz on the edge of the penalty area, quickly on to Karaman. Challenge comes in from Mepham, and in the end the cross from Karaman is blocked by Mepham, and Allen is able to clear, heading down well by Moore, who got a clout on the back of the head there from Ayhan as he did so, but Wales still maintain possession, and the challenge comes in on Ramsey this time, and the free kick has been conceded by Ozan Tufan, and it will be a free kick for Wales with 14 minutes to play in what has been a breathless first half.
99% positive, 1% negative. We've missed the chances that we've created, and we've played half an hour of this game and 90 minutes in the last game, and the teams we've played against have had 7 headers at our goal from corners. We've got to improve at it, otherwise we're going to concede a goal. But the star players have turned up tonight.
Roden with the free kick, nodded down by Moore, but straight to Yakuzlu, and now Under back to goal, 15 yards inside the Turkey half, comes to this near side, and he just carries the ball straight out of play, and Wales will have a throw-in taken quickly by Davis. Here is Roden now. Roden with a high ball over the top, but it's a rare poor ball from Wales in this first half, way beyond Kiefer Moore and into the arms of Uragan Shakir.
Lets him off the hook, you know, cheaply giving the ball away now. We've got him on the ropes. Don't let him off the ropes now by giving the ball away cheaply.
So Soyuncu charging forward. Now a flick from Yilmaz on the edge of the penalty area, but he only finds Allen. Allen looks to run the ball clear, but he's been fouled by Çalhanoğlu, and it will be a free kick. And while we criticised the referee a few moments ago, when the Turks are putting in these challenges on players like Allen every single time, he's giving the correct decision.
I don't know. I think, for us, I think he's given it. There's one on Dan James he got wrong, and I think Ben Davies's wasn't a foul. I think Roden, that wasn't a foul. But they are hanging on. Make no mistake. They look like a team. If I didn't know what their players, they look like a team that's just been put together on the weekend. They've got no spirit at all.
Danny Ward clears downfield once again, headed infield by Moore towards the edge of the area, but Soyuncu has time to clear, but he hoofs it, one bounce straight out of play, and Senel Gunesh, the coach, tries to control it inside the technical area, goes between his legs.
Shows why he's a goalkeeper.
I hope he fielded back passes better than that.
You know they stick goalkeepers in goal for a reason, because they can't play out.
Well, he was a legendary goalkeeper for both Trabzonspor and Turkey. The Trabzonspor Stadium now carries his name. Çalhanoğlu just clips the ball over the head of Morel and scoots around the other side to gather. And the Turkish fans appreciate that. Çalhanoğlu with a high ball wide to this near side. Shelik has got the opportunity to cross, but he rather drags it into the path of Allen, who just keeps it simple. Clears downfield, headed forward though by Ayhan. Now Shelik again. Ozan Tufan finding Çalhanoğlu, and Joe Morel is tracking him wherever he goes.
I think you see the heat taking effect now. 34 minutes, we've just sat off them. Maybe that initial burst, the players are filling their lungs up. We couldn't keep that pace up for 90 minutes.
Umut Meras with the ball forward, not a clear by Mepham, who had a difficult afternoon against Switzerland but has been much more secure here so far tonight. Now Shelik quickly on to Ozan Tufan. Çalhanoğlu almost inviting Morel to bite into the challenge, then he goes beyond it, and here was an opportunity for Karaman to cross from the right hand side, but it's quickly closed down by Allen. He clears downfield. Kiefer Moore will chase, but Ayhan will guide the back pass all the way back towards Uragan Shakir, who has made one excellent save to keep out Aaron Ramsey early on, and Wales have peppered the Turkish goal in the opening 20 minutes, but they haven't scored, and let's hope it doesn't come back to haunt them here live on TalkSport.
Yeah, so Turkey have now sort of got a foot in the game. They've sort of like taken a breather, and now they're starting to get a bit of possession. This is where Kiefer Moore's job up the front is vital. He has to make sure he's available every time we win the ball off him. I've played with some big centre forwards, you can't find them with a radar, and I've played with some who are easy to find because they move into the space at the right time, so he's got to be the first pass out.
Now Karaman in a central position. Turkey just beginning to feel their way into this game. It's taken them 35 minutes, 0-0, but now they're asking more questions. Here is Shelik down the right, pings in the cross, headed away by Morel at the near post, a player who has featured more for Wales than his club Luton this season, but he's done a fine job so far here this evening. He is clearly a player that Rob Page has trusted, and a dreadful ball played forward by Ayhan into the path of Bale. Bale can charge forward now into the penalty area, and Soyuncu comes back and makes an excellent challenge. Bale had both Moore and Ramsey in support, chose to go alone and didn't quite have the pace to go beyond Soyuncu.
Great tackle. I mean, he's been doing that all season for Leicester. I think he's a really good player, Soyuncu. And when Liverpool were in trouble and looking for a centre-back, I thought he might be the answer.
Well, they went for Ozan Kabak, who was on the Turkish bench here this evening.
Well, he's really quick. That was a great tackle. He's got Gareth Bale running at him and times his tackle perfectly.
Under is now challenged by Allen. The ball spins wide towards the Turkish left-hand side. 8 minutes to play in the first half here on TalkSport. 0-0 in Baku. Shelik with a high cross into the penalty area. A looping header from Burak Yilmaz is comfortably over the top.
He's dangerous, Yilmaz, and he just pulls off the back of the centre-backs. He comes out away from the goal. You've got to be touch tight with him and not allow him to have 6 or 7 steps so he gets above you, because he's a big striker, but his movement's good. Easier said than done.
Well, only Hakan Şükür has scored more goals for Turkey than Burak Yilmaz. It's unlikely he'll get close to him at the age of 35. He's got 29 international goals. Hakan Şükür got 51, including 4 the last time Turkey played Wales. That 6-4 defeat for the Welsh back in August of
Why have you brought that game
1997.
up again? Because you knew I was playing in it.
You scored.
Thanks, Nige. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, the inside story of that game, it will be well worth reading in Dean's book whenever it comes out.
Well, Hakan Suker, I played with him. I could only describe him as he's like a Yilmaz, but he's got Thierry Henry's pace and movement.
Player.
Yeah.
Now an opportunity for Turkey to break up towards the edge of the penalty area, but Yakuzlu plays the wrong ball, doesn't pick out Under. Under left plenty on Rodon there, but a throw-in has been given to Turkey. Odon knew what he was doing, I think, as he challenged Rodon. And here is Çalhanoğlu just teasing Morel once again. A ball forward with the outside of his right boot, but Wales will clear, and Wales will try and break now with Ramsey needing support. Has Bale to his right-hand side. Connor Roberts steaming forward down the right if Ramsey can use him. And now Roberts needs to deliver a good cross into the penalty area. Roberts with the delivery, and it's behind all four of the yellow shirts who are waiting. And that's an escape for Turkey once again. But Under's ball forward is poor, but the ball has been knocked out of play because there is a Turkish player, Kenan Karaman, who is down clutching his head midway inside the Wales half, and the wrong option again there for Wales.
Yeah, but I have to say Connor Roberts has run box to box, 70 yards to catch Aaron Ramsey up. Aaron Ramsey's kept his composure, he's waiting for the support, he slips it out to the right. Connor Roberts, this is what decides what league you play in when you get to these areas. He's got to the byline, pick somebody out. There's three players in the box. Trent Arnold, them types of players, top players, they actually get the cross right and pick you out. He's hit it out the back when he had three options. So he's got to improve on that, but well done for getting there.
Dean Saunders with us here on Talk Sport live in the Azerbaijani capital Baku. Wales will be here until the end of the week, and we'll be remaining here with them before we hand over to our team in Rome to cover the final match of the group stage, 5 o'clock on Sunday against Italy. That will be live on Talk Sport. Over on Talk Sport 2, it will be Switzerland against Turkey, and the Swiss have had to go all the way back to Rome to play their game tonight and then come all the way back here to play Turkey on Sunday, which doesn't really seem fair.
Can't wait for that game after this. I mean, this is how football as it should be.
Now Ramsey, 5 yards outside the penalty area, left-hand side. Picks out Dan James. Back towards Ramsey again. And there is space and time on the edge of the box for Morel. And Ramsey now has the opportunity to maybe think about a cross, but he's picked out an excellent ball inside the area for Joe Allen, but the ball just evades his grasp at the crucial moment, and it bobbles behind for a goal kick. But Wales just regaining some composure here with 4 minutes to play in what has been a fantastic first half on TalkSport.
Well, they just can't cope with our midfield. We've got like a box in midfield, which is on the right corner of the box is Morel. Joe Allen's on the left corner, deep. And then the front of the box is Ramsey, Bale, James. They're just rotating, and they can't cope with it. They're a bit static in the middle of their pitch. Look, their midfield look as if they've never played together before.
But Wales have had the opportunity to have this game won, and they've not taken their chances. But now Ramsey lofting a ball wide to the left-hand side. James is quick enough to keep the ball in play, but Shelik is no slouch either, and he gets across to concede a throw-in on this near side. I always thought Shelik against James could be one of the key confrontations in this game.
Well, you've just realised it's a toss-up between Kyle Walker and Dan James who wins the race of the season. Do you know anybody quicker? Kyle Walker's the only... I think he's the only one that could keep up with him. I think he's quicker than Bale. And Bale's like a Rolls Royce.
Well, here is Morel, wide to the far side, and Roberts, who's got the opportunity to get forward once again. Bale, wearing the armband, takes over, clips a high ball forward to Ramsey, who brings the ball down, and Ramsey scores! Aaron Ramsey with a crucial goal for Wales. It's been coming all the way through the first half, and a hostile crowd here in Baku have been silenced by the Welsh Dragon. It is Turkey 0, Wales 1.
What a goal. What a pass from Gareth Bale. Once again, exact same chance as the one he missed. But this time, he showed a bit more composure. But again, it's a deep run. Bale picks it up deep. Left foot, Ramsey times his run again. Their back foot are all over the place on 3 different lines. Chest, side foots it in the bottom corner. Great finish. The ball's hanging in the air, and they're not easy. But as it's come down off his chest, half volley, opposite way, exact same chance. But we needed that, and we are ripping. We are ripping right through them.
Well, Aaron Ramsey scored the 2 goals against Hungary to send Wales to the Euros, and that could be a goal to send them through. Long way to go in this game, but Turkey are a goal down and their fans are on the turn. Aaron Ramsey's 17th international goal. Yilmaz looking for the quick response. He finds Under. His shot is deflected and it's over the top for a corner. And it's crucial now, absolutely crucial, that Wales hold on until half-time, leading by a goal to 0.
Well, I mean, they could have scored. That's a great block from Ben Davies.
Corner, high into the penalty area, gathered by Ward. And the Wales fans behind that goal leap up as if they're celebrating a goal.
Right, Robert Page, tactics, shouting onto the pitch now. He has to be shouting, I think. I'm not Robert Page. Right, just put them to bed. They're there for the taking.
Yeah, the second goal is there if Wales can just create. And they've not picked up Ramsey. The whole time they've got 2 central holding midfielders there, Tufan and Yakuzlu, and they're both not tracking his runs.
Do you know what? We've walked past people, we've been out here days, and we've walked past people, and a couple of people have said Ramsey didn't do anything, Bale didn't do anything.
Well, they are tonight.
But the cream always comes to the top. It's hard to keep these players down. They're playing where they're playing for a reason. They can have little patches where they're not in the game, but Bale's hit about 6 diagonal balls through the middle. Ramsey's on the end of most of them.
Turkey coming forward though. 20 seconds of normal time to play in this first half. I think we'd all happily take the full-time whistle now, but here's a long ball played forward for Kiefer Moore, but it's over his head and it will be guided back towards Shakir. And the crowd, which were vibrant, noisy and hostile at the start of this game, are now very, very quiet.
Silence.
Yilmaz now with a chase into the area, and he fouls Rodon, and that's a free kick for Wales.
Well done. You know, Rodon and Mepham, they struggled to cope with the Switzerland front 2. Different job for them today. They've got one striker up against them, so that's communication. I've got him, or if you got him, you got to talk. Then you've got the number 10 to think about. But I have to say, Rodon, in the last game, he headed a lot of balls out the box, and today he's defended great. He's tracking people. Just, Chris Mepham, don't get too tight with Yilmaz. He's a big, strong lad.
And we're deep into a single minute of added time at the end of the first half here. Wales leading by a goal to 0 here on TalkSport. And if they can win this game, qualification will be virtually assured. But there's a long, long way to go. But that is half-time, and Wales have been absolutely brilliant in the opening 45 minutes. Aaron Ramsey finally scoring 3 minutes before the break, but Wales had so many chances before that. And in a crowd of 30,000 Turks, it's the 400 Wales fans we can hear loud and very proud at half-time. It is Turkey 0, Wales 1. Thank you, Hugh. Very interesting changes made by Şenol Güneş, because the 2 players who were dropped for this game are now on. Mehir Demiral and Yusuf Yazici. And the players who've been taken off are the 2 holding midfielders who failed to track Aaron Ramsey at all in the first half. That is Okay Yakuzlu and also Ozan Tufan. So it's a different shape for Turkey in the second half. The Wales team unchanged. Ward in goal, Roberts, Rodon, Mepham and Davis, Bale, Allen, Morel and James, Ramsey and Moore. The Turkish team now looks like Shakir in goal, Shelik, Demirel, Soyuncu and Meres. Ayhan will move into midfield. Karaman, Çalhanoğlu, Under and Yazici supporting Yilmaz. Şenol Güneş is not wasting time, Dean Saunders.
No, and they've just kicked off and passed it straight out of play from the kick-off. So he had to do something. But if you leave Gareth Bale pick his head up in any game of football, he's going to hurt you. So Ramsey's runs have been great. So obviously Gareth Bale can't hit them passes if somebody's not making them runs. And his runs were like reminding me of like David Platt type runs, Frank Lampard type runs, where they go late. You know, Sigurdsson at Everton makes them runs in between the centre backs, and he's just gone dink, floating balls. Where do you want it, Aaron? How can you not get out to Gareth Bale? He's one of the best players in the world, and he's just shown why.
Wales, yellow shirts, green shorts, yellow socks, playing from left to right in the second half. Turkey in all red, and it's Yazici, one of 3 players on their team now who won the French League with Lille, who comes forward down the right-hand side, has support from Unde. Yazici with the cross into the penalty area. Karaman heads it down. Yilmaz with a real opportunity, can't get his feet in order. Bale's clearance ricochets towards this near side. It'll be kept in play by Meras. Now Çalhanoğlu, high cross to the far post, and somehow it is bundled wide by Unde. He had the run there on the Wales defender, but I think he ducked out, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Nice good ball from Çalhanoğlu, but it's Danny Ward's got to come and get it. He's got to come and get that for me. Saying that, it's a bit flat, the ball. It's easy from sat up in the stand where we're sat, but I think he's got to come and get that. The ball's just gone out the back. Luckily, it didn't go in.
Davis headed the ball onto Unde, and it went behind for a goal kick, and it's absolutely crucial that Wales just see out any potential Turkish storm here, and they've won the ball back in Turkish territory. Moore with the challenge, and now Morel sprays it wide to the far side. There's an opportunity for James to attack the penalty area, scoop through towards Bale, and he wasn't too far away from that, but Demirel is the player who makes the clearance. Now James again looking to take on Shelik, whips in the ball to the near post. It's missed by Demirel, and it's turned aside by Shakir, and Demirel just lost the fly to the ball, and the goalkeeper had to turn the ball behind for a corner.
Well, that's the classic winger playing on the wrong side. Dan James checks back on his right foot. It's an in-swinger. Goalkeeper not sure whether I should come or someone's going to get a touch on it. In the end, he parries it well. He dealt with it well at the end. Corner for Wales.
Corner for Wales. 47 minutes played here on Talk Sport. It has just gone 9 o'clock in the evening here, and it is still very, very warm here in Baku. 27 degrees Celsius as James with the corner, high towards the far post. It's nodded down and then volleyed clear by Ayhan, who's now moved forward into midfield. Çalhanoğlu with the early ball forward, looking for Unde, but it's nodded clear on this near side, and then helped forward by Morel into the path of James, who clips it over his shoulder. The bearded Allen will gather very quickly. 3 Turkish players look to win the ball back, and they do. Ayhan quickly fighting Çalhanoğlu. Yilmaz wants the ball on the edge of the penalty area, but Çalhanoğlu took too long, and the challenge comes in from Aaron Ramsey, and Wales can try and play their way out of trouble. And Ramsey has been at his scintillating best so far in the game in terms of general play, not just the finish, but at the moment Turkey can't get near him.
Brilliant. I'll go as far as to say this is not one of the best games I've seen him have. He's got back there and intercepted a pass, working his socks off. And these two are that good, Bale and Ramsey. I wouldn't be surprised if Gareth says to Aaron, any chance of you putting me in? I'll go deep. Aaron will go deep and put Gareth in.
Meras now. Wales leading by a goal to nil. Yilmaz will guide it into the path of Çalhanoğlu. Karaman on the edge of the penalty. Çalhanoğlu with the shot, 25 yards out, low and straight at Danny Ward.
Again, top players in this tournament, 35 yards from goal, you've got to get their heads down. They pick the right pass or they get a shot off top corner.
Dean Saunders, 75 Wales caps and a very good season at Galatasaray, is alongside me here in the commentary box in Baku, and it's felt like we've been in Istanbul at times during this game.
All this talk about the crowd, where are you? Team's not giving them anything to shout about. We've got to keep them quiet.
50 minutes played, Wales leading by a goal to nil. A victory, they would have 4 points from 2 games, and they would be in a very, very strong area, and there would be pressure on Switzerland to take something from the Stadio Olimpico this evening. Talk Sport, the only radio station to bring you live commentary from both Baku and Rome this evening, and we'll be with Adrian Durham and the team at the end of this game, and we hope to bring you Excellent news for Wales, leading here by a goal to nil in a game which really they should have won by now. They've had the chances. Aaron Ramsey finally taking one just before half-time as Turkey almost give the ball away, but Bale was just a bit lightweight in the challenge. And there's an opportunity for Soyuncu to drive forward now for Turkey on this near side. High from Umut Meras towards Yilmaz, who just peels away from Allen and manages to head the ball down, but Turkey don't make the most of that. But now they win the ball back. Here is Yazici, flicked on by Çalhanoğlu into the path of Yilmaz, but Wales will clear. And now Kiefer Moore on the halfway line, needs some support, and he's found it, and the challenge comes in on Ramsey, and Wales have a free kick. Ramsey thought about taking it quickly, and now he does. Here is Morel. James, wide to this near side, the Wales right, and Roberts. And Wales just moving the ball around with real efficiency at times, and it's Turkey who are doing most of the chasing. Allen, wide towards Davis. Allen makes the run towards the edge of the area, and Davis almost picks him out, but the challenge comes in from Shelik. But here is Bale again, coming in field from the left-hand side, and it's an excellent ball to release Ramsey, and waiting for it was Kiefer Moore, but it's cut out, and it spins behind for a corner.
It's them two again. Bale, outside of his foot, what a ball. Inside the fullback, Aaron Ramsey makes the late run again, cuts it across the face of the goal, and they luckily get a toe end on it. I'm trying to look at Turkey's performance with an open mind as well, not just, obviously I'm Welsh and I'm trying to look at what they're doing, but at least Turkey have come out and they've tried to play with a bit more intensity with the ball, which I thought they would.
James with a corner in front of the Wales fans on the far side, in towards the 6-yard area. Shakir comes and fists the ball high into the air. Allen tries to head it back towards the edge of the area. Ayhan will clear. Morel almost wins it back, but now Turkey have the opportunity to break. It's Yilmaz over the halfway line. The challenge comes in, he goes down, and there was no hint of a free kick. It was an excellent challenge from Roden, and now Roberts can come forward down the right, wide towards Ramsey. Low towards the edge of the penalty area. Bale in acres of space. Left foot shot from Bale, and it's over the top. And he wasn't closed down again, but he couldn't make the most of the opportunity. And if Wales score a second goal now, you cannot see Turkey coming back into this game.
Well, he's in the middle of the goal on his own again. They've got no midfield again. But Joe Roden makes a great challenge. We break down the right. Ball goes into Bale, 30 yards out. For anybody else in the world, it's a difficult chance. Not for him with his left foot. He should have scored. Sat up lovely for him. Volley. He's volleyed it over the bar.
53 minutes played here on Talk Sport. Euro Game Day Live. Wales leading in Baku by a goal to nil, but Turkey coming forward now with Umut Meras. High ball into the area. It's missed by Mepham and guided behind inside the 6-yard area by Davis. It's a corner. Mepham, they're losing out in the air. Ward stayed on his line, and it was Davis who took control of the situation at the expense of a corner.
Great header from Ben Davis. Experience, that is, Nigel. Just experience, knowing where to be at the right time.
And the crowd find their voices. The corner from Under is headed back into the 6-yard area. It's flicked on. Yilmaz over the top. 6 yards out. Burak Yilmaz. The goal was gaping for him, and he lofted it high and wide.
That's the best chance of the game. How he's missed. It's a deep corner again. They flicked it on, and Yilmaz is in the middle of the goal, 6 yards out, right foot volley. Can't miss.
Well, he did.
Lifts it over the bar. What a chance.
And that is
side volley.
The warning for Wales while it's only 1-0. As they try and play their way out again, deep inside their own half. They may concede a corner here. Allen, though, has done well just to lunge in and ensure it's a throw-in for Turkey on the far side. But Wales, having had a real let-off there, have now given Turkey the opportunity to apply more pressure. Under down the right, high cross into the area, nodded clear by Mepham. Quickly recovered by Soyuncu. Wide to Demirel on the far side, and there's a late challenge from a Welsh player, but Turkey do eventually stop play to ensure they get the free kick.
Corners again. That's another one. That's 8 opportunities teams have had against us in a game and a half. I mean, there's a stat out there. If you get the first touch on the ball when it comes in the box from a corner, you've got a 70% less chance of conceding a goal. If you get the first touch. Well, we're not getting the first touch on it, and other teams are going to be watching this. We've got to sort that out.
High cross into the penalty area towards the far post, and again it is Kiefer Moore who rises just to glance the ball behind, and it will be another corner to Turkey here, and they are beginning to apply considerable pressure on this Welsh defence with 55 minutes played here in Baku. Turkey 0, Wales 1 on Talk Sport in Group A of the European Championships. Wales have got to stand firm here at set pieces, as the referee just halts play to have a word with Rodon. And Rodon not too happy with what was being told towards him, but now he will pick up Yilmaz again. Unde with the corner high to the far post, and the referee has diffused whatever situation there was inside the penalty area by spotting some pushing, penalising Ayhan, and it will be a free kick, and we can breathe again.
We need another goal. We've just lost the momentum a little bit. They've obviously made changes. They might have had a bit of a telling off from the manager. I would imagine I would have been, if I was him, I would have said, well, where's your passion? We got all these fans out here and he's standing off people, standing off Bale. None of them played well, but Yilmaz has still managed to get 3 chances. Regroup now and start that.
Danny Ward's going to get a booking here for time wasting, I think. The referee is tracking back towards the Wales penalty area. There's at least a word for Danny Ward. Danny Ward is saying, look, I'm waiting for the whistle. And I think Artur Diaz, who has been a sensible referee so far, has decided not to book him this time, but has given him a final warning.
Yeah, I think he just steadied the ship a little bit. He's probably trying to compose us, but you have rhythms. When you're playing games like this, there's a rhythm to your game.
Here is Bale.
Had it.
Bale wide towards James on the edge of the penalty area. James can come in field, and it's still Dan James. He's beyond 2. Wide now towards Kiefer Moore again. Moore's got support from Roberts down the right. Tries to flick it on towards James, but Roberts regains possession deep inside the penalty area. The shot driven in from Ramsey, blocked by the goalkeeper, and then scrambled clear by Demirel. And Wales again so close to a second goal, but there's an opportunity for Burak Yilmaz to turn away from the challenge of Rodon on the far side, but he's all alone, and he strikes it from outside the penalty area across the face of goal and wide.
Oh, breathtaking. And well, Dan James has picked the ball up on the left hand side, and he's trying to get his shot off. He's pushing it, nudging it onto his right foot, can't get the shot off. They come out to him, closing down, he slips it. Connor Roberts chops the ball back. Dan James has a shot near post, hit the keeper's legs, rebounds. They go up the other end of the pitch, and Rodon's got too tight to Yilmaz. He's rolled him. Luckily, Mepham's got round and saved the day.
58 minutes played here on Talk Sport. Turkey 0, Wales 1. Wales coming forward again now. Allen, plenty of space for Bale down the left-hand side. Shelik has not been tight to him, and it's Ramsey who makes the run into the penalty area. Left-hand side, Ramsey initially goes beyond his Juventus teammate Demirel. Back towards Bale. Great cross into the penalty area, and Ramsey was so close again to turning the ball in at the near post, but it's bobbled away, and it will be a throw into Wales. It was a great challenge by Soyuncu.
Well, it was Dan James who nearly scored. Like Bale again whips across him with his left foot. Dan James gets across the near post. Soyuncu, a magnificent challenge again. I thought he was in.
Bale with a long throw towards Kiefer Moore, flicked on into the penalty area, and once again desperate defending from Turkey to get the ball away. Bale though has won it back on the far side. He will break towards the penalty area, left hand side. He's gone beyond Shelik, and the penalty has been given to Wales. Gareth Bale committing Shelik. It was an errant challenge. Bale goes down, and Wales have the opportunity here to make it 2-0 and almost rubber stamp their place in the round of 16.
Oh, I just thought instinct penalty. Bale.
It's gone to VAR.
Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Bale's got there. Little body swerve. Moves it onto his left foot.
Outside the area. The contact's inside the area.
Inside. Penalty. We're looking at the screen. VAR. If they give anything but a penalty, I think we should just pack up all the stuff and go home.
Well, the Turkish players are all grouping around the referee, but it's João Pinedo, and VAR has said penalty.
Correct decision. Come on.
Aaron Ramsey with the opportunity here.
It's Bale.
The ball has been passed to Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale Wales' world-class player with such a big moment for his nation here. Erdogan Shakir waits on the goal line. This will give Wales such impetus in the group. Gareth Bale rarely lets his country down, and this an opportunity to put them in control. Bale left-footed.
Oh no!
Terrible penalty from Gareth Bale. He tried to scoop it towards the top corner, and it was miles away. And Gareth Bale's long wait for a Wales goal continues. But now Bale closes down Shakir, and his clearance almost bobbles into the back of the net. But now Bale looks exasperated.
What a game! We're just shaking my head in disbelief at the penalty he's taken. He's done a little shuffle. He's hit about 15 yards over the bar, the worst penalty you've ever seen. And then he chases the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper kicks it into him, and it misses the post by an inch. He nearly redeemed himself.
61 minutes played. It's still 1-0 to Wales, but they continue to miss chances to seal 3 points here. Turkey somehow are still in this game with a long way to go, and they look to attack now with that reprieve. Yilmaz on the edge of the penalty area. It'll squirt into the path of Medas. His low shot though blocked at the near post, and it's a corner kick to Turkey. And this is absolute agony for the Wales fans now.
I mean, that is a good block.
Connor Roberts, the player, I think he caught it.
He's caught it where, you know, it really hurts. He's gone out. He's put his arms down by his side, and he's got it. Just imagine everyone out there, a full blast from point blank range in the place that you really don't want it to go, and he's in agony.
But it's a corner which Yazici will take. Turkey have ridden their luck. Can they now create the equalising goal? Yazici's corner into the penalty area, and it's a downward header from Ayhan, but it's a weak effort into the arms of Ward.
Another header from a corner. That's 8. We can't. Page's got to sort this out. We just got to get. You've got to pick him either zone mark or man mark. We're not doing either.
Allen pokes it forward, looking for James, but it's intercepted by Shelik, who's got time to move in field. Yazici, 63 minutes played here on TalkSport in Baku. Turkey 0, Wales 1, but Wales have missed a hatful of chances, including a Gareth Bale penalty. Turkey now looking to move forward themselves. Challenge comes in from Allen on the far side, won the ball, but Turkey now with an opportunity. It's Under cutting in field. Under still going, the shot deflected. Yilmaz tries to direct it towards goal, 6 yards out, but it's bobbled behind, and it will be a goal kick.
All of a sudden the crowds had a lift. Couldn't hear them for 45 minutes. Now they actually feel like, because we've missed the penalty, they actually feel like they're going to turn the game round, and come on, we've got to keep doing what we've been doing. I wouldn't have given the ball to anyone else, would you? It's easy after the event, but I would have given it to Gareth Bale at that moment to win us the game, more or less. Bale.
Well, he is still 12 games without a goal for Wales.
I've missed penalties, so I'm not criticising anybody. We all miss them.
64 minutes played on Euro Game Day Live, and it's now very, very tense here in Azerbaijan. The Wales fans, who've been absolutely magnificent, looking to get beyond their team and get behind their team again as Turkey come forward with Under. Back heel to pick out Yazici, but it's cut out by Morel on the edge of the penalty area. Now Ayhan. High cross in towards the far post. Umut Meras heads it back in field looking for Burak Yilmaz, who's got there first. Hooked across the face of goal. Great defending though from Davis with a back header. And then James goes down looking for the free kick, and he's got it, challenged by Shelik. And Wales can just take the temperature and make it a bit lower once again.
Brilliant defending. You know, we give credit to the players at that end of the pitch, the skill and the talent of Bale and Ramsey and James. Ben Davis has made 3 headers at the back post. Brilliant. I'm starting to look at Kiefer Moore. You're not giving us anything. In the last 25 minutes, He's not giving us anything. I don't know whether he's tired. We might have to look at that situation. He needs to hold the ball up for us.
Goal kick from Ward, and Moore again losing out, but the ball does break for Allen, and now Moore has got space and he's picked out the run of James down the left-hand side, a couple of yards from the corner flag. James checks back in field beyond Shellick and heads towards the penalty area once again, appeals for a free kick, nothing given. Allen then loses out to Yazici, and all Wales have is a throw-in on the far side. There are still chances in this game, Dean.
Yeah, well, they've lost the discipline. Something, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a red card in a minute. You can see they're getting agitated.
Ramsey
the penalty away,
going down, looking for the free kick, nothing given, but he's done well to pick out a teammate, and the cross is charged down at the near post, and it will be another corner kick. It was Ben Davies who was forward for Wales. Shellick went to ground, and it's a corner for Wales, and we can hear their fans once again in this massive stadium, short in number but massive in heart for their country. 66 minutes played. Dan James will take the corner on the far side. Wales leading by a goal to nil. James with the in-swinger towards the near post, nodded down by Roden, but no real power, and I think he was penalised anyway, and it's a free kick for Turkey.
It's a good chance. That Mepham, good chance. It was right on his head from the corner. He's just skimmed it wide. Sorry, Nigel, what was you going to say?
If Wales can win this game, they would move on to 4 points. Of course, Italy plays Switzerland live at 8 o'clock on TalkSport. We're inside the Stadio Olimpico as well for that game. If they can win this game, they won't quite be there, but it would take an improbable series of results for them not to make the round of 16.
I'm trying not to think ahead, but I've started to think, if we win this game, we want Switzerland to beat Italy, and we want Turkey to beat Italy. We finish top.
Turkey when they played Italy. Turkey lost 3-0 to Italy.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Can we finish above Italy?
Well, we could beat them and finish above Italy. Well, we'll see. Long way to go in this game first. Anyway, here is Karaman finding Çalhanoğlu. The ball forward actually hits the referee, and play will be halted. It will be a drop ball in favour of Turkey, and the referee actually did well to favour there because Turkey were building a counter-attack. Italy against Wales, live from Rome. 5 o'clock on Sunday on TalkSport. Switzerland against Turkey in this stadium will be live on TalkSport 2. Already today, Finland losing against Russia in St. Petersburg, so both of those sides have 3 points from their opening 2 games. Tomorrow, Ukraine against Macedonia at 2, Denmark against Belgium at 5, and the Netherlands against Austria at 8 o'clock, all live across the TalkSport network. And then on Friday, England against Scotland, live from Wembley, and we will have commentaries on both TalkSport and TalkSport 2, depending on who you support. Now Çalhanoğlu, great ball forward towards the edge of the area, but great defending as well from Ben Davies to cut it out, and Wales will try and move forward now with Bale on the right hand side, tries to poke it through to Kiefer Moore, but there were 3 Turkish red shirts around him. Yazici now wins it back, he goes down as Morel makes the challenge and wins a rather cheap free kick on the halfway line, and we have 21 minutes to play. And at what stage does Robert Page look to his bench?
Well, I'm sweating now, just sitting here. Are you? I'm sweating now. Our legs are wet, and I know it's the emotion of the game and everything, but it's absolutely boiling hot. So he's got to start thinking about.
There is a change, and it's Ampadu. He will be coming on very shortly. We spoke to him earlier in the week on TalkSport, and he said he would be happy to play any part in the game. And will he come?
Difficult for Robert Page.
Yeah.
What does he do? Does he sit Ampadu in there to try and make us a bit more solid, which might invite Turkey onto us, or does he just say, keep doing what you're doing, we're going to score another one?
Mert Mulder will be coming on for Turkey. Now Yazici, back heel from him, will pick out Yilmaz on the edge of the penalty area, plays it wide towards Karaman. Turkey streaming forward now in this attack. Karaman just holding the ball up, looking for options. Plays it back towards Soyuncu. High cross from Soyuncu beyond the far post. Under will rise. Tries to nod it back. He does. Yilmaz with a header. No power. very easy for Danny Ward.
Well, you have to say Turkey have improved since half-time, and they're having a right go now. We look as if we're in a bit of trouble. Should have scored there. Yilmaz again, on his own in the box.
Here is Bale, looking to attack again, making the run beyond him, into the penalty area. Here's Ramsey down the right now, plays it back to Bale inside the box. Bale onto his right foot, the challenge comes in at the crucial moment, and the opportunity goes for Wales. Now Turkey look to break themselves with Yazici down the centre, wide to Çalhanoğlu on this near side. And Wales are just beginning to look weary in one or two areas. Ampadu will be on very shortly. Flick from Under, wide to the far side, and Shelik, who gave away the penalty which Gareth Bale missed. 19 minutes to play on TalkSport. Turkey 0, Wales 1 on Euro Game Day Live. It's been an energy-sapping night on and off the field here in the capital of Azerbaijan. Yilmaz pulling wide to the left-hand side for Turkey. Coming in field, he's got support from Çalhanoğlu. Morel makes the challenge but doesn't win the ball. Under now, flighted wide to Shelik. James had gone rather narrow. Shelik with the high cross into the penalty area, and once again a free kick has been given to Wales. It was gathered by Ward, but Karaman was doing some pushing. It will be a free kick, and the changes are made first of all for Turkey, and it's Mulder who comes on for Umut Meras. Mulder, born in Vienna, started with Rapid Vienna before moving on to Sassuolo, and it's Joe Allen who is coming off for Wales to be replaced by Ethan Ampadu. Allen, of course, a player who has lacked match fitness as he makes his way back from that horrible ACL injury, but he's had a fine game tonight. But Ampadu will be fresh legs at the base of the Wales midfield with 17 minutes to play.
Well, I've just watched Joe Allen walking off. Biggest fear is he's not fit, he's injured. None of the physios have spoke to him. Hopefully it's just a straight swap.
Soyuncu, arms flailing, wins the ball in the air above Kiefer Moore. Moore has gone down and stayed down. Of course, he did have that head injury during the game against Switzerland. And Moore wants attention here, and eventually the referee will stop play.
Well, his nose is pouring with blood. I think it's it's his knee. He's jumped with Sonjai, and they've got their arms on each other, but as Kiefer Moore's coming down to the ground, he's got a knee in the face, accidental. And while he's down, gives Robert Page a chance to call the players over, tell them how the game's going, because sometimes when they're all wrapped up in it, tell him the instructions he needs to do. But maybe, looking at Kiefer Moore, maybe we need some legs up there, a sprinter. He's got Tyler Roberts on the bench, I think.
Yep,
he's on the bench there, ready to go.
And there's also the possibility of the false nine with Harry Wilson, maybe.
Wilson and Brooks. Yeah, they're two talented players as well. They can keep the ball for us and keep it up that end of the pitch, and maybe nick us another goal.
Change being made as well by Turkey, and it's the Brentford player Halil Dervisoglu who is coming onto the field of play, and he will replace Kenan Karaman.
A dangerous player, done well for Brentford.
And some breaking news we can bring you on TalkSport, very interesting as well. We understand Rafa Benitez is on the brink of becoming Everton's manager following more talks, and that would be a decision which would have repercussions on both sides of Stanley Park. Rafa Benitez, we understand, is on the brink of becoming the new manager at Everton. We'll get Dean Saunders' thoughts on that in a moment, but Turkey coming forward. Yilmaz behind a pass, goes down looking for a penalty, nothing given. Corner kick though has been given in the end, and Wales are finally allowed to bring Kiefer Moore back onto the field of play.
But Chris Mepham is letting Yilmaz pin him in the box. You've got to get out, get up in line with the other three defenders. Don't let him push you back in there. Get him offside.
Çalhanoğlu will take the corner. 15 minutes to play. In towards the near post area. It's flicked on right through the penalty area by Yilmaz. Under will scamper across and keep the ball in play for Turkey. Whipped in towards that near post area. Morel's back header across the face of goal, and Bale at the far post will just jab the ball out for a throw-in rather than a corner. Mulder, wearing number 25, will look to cross in from this near side, the left. High in, headed away though well at the near post by Mepham. Wales now look to pick up the second ball and break, but as Bale chested the ball down, it was quickly taken off him by Dervisoglu. And now Çalhanoğlu on the edge of the penalty area. Yilmaz looking to lay the ball off, but once again Joe Morel, who has been outstanding for Wales, makes the challenge, and it's a throw into Turkey on this near side. Wales inching towards an absolutely crucial victory here, but there is still some way to go in this game as Davis pokes the ball away on the far side, and there is no doubt Turkey have found a second wind in this game.
Yeah, Ethan Ampadu playing in the middle. He's made one interception already, so that's a positive sign. That's what he's put him on there for.
And it breaks down between Mulder and Çalhanoğlu on this near side, and it will be a throw-in for Wales. So Rafa Benitez, we understand, heading to Everton as a former Liverpool man once.
Good luck with that, Rafa. Good luck.
Roberts will take the throw-in for Wales on this near side. Flicked on by Moore, looking for Bale, but it's cleared by Soyuncu. Now Ayhan, who was actually given Turkey a bit more steel at the base of their midfield since moving forward from central defence at half-time. Now Soyuncu with a high ball forward, but it's beyond everybody, and Danny Ward actually dummies to gather the ball and then allows it to drift out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Turkey with 15 attempts on goal in the game compared to Wales' 10.
Most of them are from corners.
Yep.
Clever play from Danny Ward there. Clever, intelligent play when he's, we've got 15 minutes to go, we're 1-0 up. He could have caught it in his chest and he's let it run out for a goal kick. Took another couple of minutes off the clock.
Morel heads it forward, looking for Moore. It's nodded away by Soyuncu, but now Ramsey will find Moore an opportunity to bring other players into the game, and it's Ampadu who plays it wide towards James down the left-hand side. James comes in field, low shot from him, lack power, gathered at the near post by Cashier.
Dan James, electric again. Comes in off the left, on his right foot. Didn't quite get hold of it. Straight at the keeper, who smothered it. Could have gone in either corner.
Çalhanoğlu with a really poor ball forward for Turkey on the far side, behind Under. Straight out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Wales. 5 yards from the corner flag on the far side there left, and one or two fans are beginning to go home early here. 12 minutes to play. Not the Welsh, of course.
No, ours are there. I'm looking to my right.
They're all stood tremendous.
Up. Nervous.
Wales look to clear again, but Ampadu's ball forward is blocked, but now Turkey have given it straight to Bale, who can break over the halfway line. Infield towards Ramsey. Wide now towards this near side, and Wales with an opportunity to cross the ball in. It's Connor Roberts, but he goes short towards Ramsey on the edge of the penalty area. Ramsey jinks away from Ayhan. High cross to the far post. Bale's header, and it's saved by Shakir.
What a move. Bale broke through the centre circle. He's got support runners running alongside him. Connor Roberts slips it inside. Ramsey, brilliant bit of skill on the edge of the box. Dinks across to the back post. Gareth Bale's coming in like a salmon at the back post. Heads it down. Unlucky. Keeper saves it. He's got above the centre back. Unlucky.
Yilmaz back towards Mulder, and here's an opportunity for Mulder to cross, but a poor first touch from him just gave Connor Roberts the opportunity to come across and make the challenge, and Wales will now try and break, and it's run out of play by Ayhan, and it will be a throw-in on this near side.
That was Ramsey
for
again.
Wales. It was Ramsey, yeah, sorry, my apologies.
He's like Superman. I mean, that game is, like I said, the game might have done him good. He looks like a different animal today. He sprinted 40 yards. I thought he was going to score, and Ramsey's run 40 yards and got a magnificent blocking.
There's more problems for Kiefer Moore. His nose is leaking more blood on this near side, but he will challenge for the ball and now gathers it, and he plays it wide to the left, but it's a poor ball straight between Davis and James, but James does well to increase his pace and keep it in play. And an opportunity for Ampadu to now look forward. We're inside the final 10 minutes on TalkSport. These are 10 huge minutes for Wales, leading here in Baku by a 1-0, as Roberts scoops it forward looking for Bale, but Soyuncu should be able to run the ball behind, which he does.
He's come on 5 minutes. He's had a good 5 minutes. He's kept the ball 3 or 4 times, made an interception. That's what you want from your subs. Go on and make an impact.
Wales just dropping a bit deeper here, inviting more pressure as it's lofted wide to Mulder on this near side. Dervisoglu has been lively, the Brentford player who has been on loan in Turkey this season. Çalhanoğlu with a willowy run towards the edge of the penalty area, but once again the final ball was a poor one, and Wales will try and break as Ramsey has found James, and James is still full of pace, breaking into the penalty area, but he shows too much of that to Demiral, and Demiral, very experienced man, but then he almost gives the ball away to James inside the area, and Turkey rather fortuitously get the ball away.
Well, Dan James run the length of the pitch again.
Now there's space for Turkey to bring it forward with Ayhan finding Dervisoglu, clip further forward looking for Yilmaz, but Yilmaz was always second favourite to win that ball with Mepham, and Mepham just muscles Yilmaz off the ball, and it will be a goal kick. And Turkey here are running out of time. 8 minutes to play on TalkSport.
Good defending from Chris Mepham.
Şenol Güneş is about to make another change, and it's Irfan Kavehi who will be coming on to replace Senzi Gunde.
You know, Robert Page's point of view, he'll be thinking, if I take Kiefer Moore off, he's 6'6", and they start getting set plays at the end of this game. Kiefer Moore's a vital player for him at the other end of the pitch, so you're always a bit reluctant to take the striker off, even though, you know, he's not really in the game.
Wales are also about to make a change. Harry Wilson will be coming on for the final stages. Wales leading by a 0-0. Aaron Ramsey scoring just before half-time, but Gareth Bale has since missed a penalty. 7 minutes to play on TalkSport. As Turkey come forward now with Kavehi. Support from Ayhan. Clip wide to this near side of Mulder, who was onside. Controls it. High cross into the penalty area, flicked on by Yilmaz, and actually he almost took the ball away from a teammate there. And Kiefer Moore has a fight ball with Soyuncu, and Moore almost winning it, but Soyuncu then nearly gives the ball away, but finds Çalhanoğlu. Now Dervisoglu, who's playing just behind Yilmaz. Kavehi wide to the far side, and Yazici. Good challenge again made by Ampadu. Davis just plays it forward and invites Kiefer Moore to chase after it. Shakir is 25 yards outside his penalty area, the goalkeeper, and he clears long downfield, headed away by Davis, who then just pulls at his sweat-sodden yellow shirt here. And the change for Wales is Ramsey off, Wilson on.
Well, don't know what to say about that one. He's been absolutely magnificent. I'm going to go as far as to say it's the best I've seen him play. Aaron Ramsey, both ends of the pitch, work rate, skill, scored a goal, could have had 4. Harry Wilson's on. There's 2 ways of getting over the line. We either put the ball down the sides of the channels and our strikers get after it, or we keep the ball off them. The players we got on the pitch, we've got to keep the ball off them, I think.
Well, Harry Wilson was telling Hugh earlier this week on TalkSport how desperate he was to play some part in this game. And now he's on for the final 5.5 minutes. Turkey 0, Wales 1.
Gone to a back 5. Ampadu's gone into the back 5 now,
with Roberts and Davis as the wing backs, and Kiefer Moore very much the lone striker, with Bale just looking to get as close to him as they can. And we saw Switzerland take off Shaqiri, who was outstanding on Saturday, and it cost them. Let's hope the same doesn't happen to Wales here, but it's cleared away up towards the halfway line, but it will quickly come back. Here is Soyuncu. Every Wales yellow shirt is behind the ball. High hands ball forward, though, is blocked and cut out. Here is Kiefer Moore, just needs to try and hold on to it, but he's done better than that in many ways, because he's drawn a free kick, and Wales have the opportunity to assess a set piece 10 yards inside their own half, and we have 4.5 minutes to play.
Well, little things you say to the players: win from a winning position, and that means little rules come into play. Strikers don't get caught offside. Strikers don't give fouls away. Don't play square passes across the front of your own box with 5 minutes to go when you're winning. You know, run the clock down. Can you get us a foul in the corner flag? Can you get us a throw-in the corner flag? Get over the winning line.
Bale flicks on above Mulder from the free kick, but it's out of play, and the Wales fans have not stopped singing throughout this second half. In the 87th minute, on Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, the home crowd, the Azeri crowd, the Turkish crowd, are now very quiet, but one chance could really ignite them once again. Yilmaz losing out to a long ball in the air above Mepham, but it drops kindly for Mulder. Down the side for Çalhanoğlu on the left. The corner is conceded by Mepham. Low cross in from Çalhanoğlu, and Turkey have another set piece.
Switch on. Chris Mepham's turned his back. They're going to take it quick.
Çalhanoğlu will take the corner. High in towards that 6-yard area. Free header, brilliant save by Danny Ward. Well, he was outstanding on Saturday, and he's denied Demirel there with one of the best saves of his career.
What a save. That's 9 though. We could have conceded.
Corner again into the penalty area. This time Kiefer Moore rises to head the ball away. Dan James will go on across and win it back, and now James has gone beyond the cover, and James can streak forward for Wales. 3 inside the penalty area in support. Needs to be a good cross. James with a cross which is just too high for Connor Roberts at the far post, and it's a throw in to Turkey, but they're a long way from the Wales goal.
Well, scintillating pace again. Dan James is cutting in. He could have gone in a bit further, and he's trying to square it across the face. Harry Wilson's there. If the ball's on the floor, he taps it in, and Dan James has lifted it, and it's gone out the back.
2 minutes to play.
Come on, lads.
Turkey 0, Wales 1 on TalkSport. In Welsh football history, this would go down as one of their very best victories, but they've still got to seal the deal here.
Kiefer Moore's out on his feet. He's worked his socks off, but we need him on there in case we get a set play against us.
Now Shelik, wide to the far side, down the line for Kaveci. Ampadu will try and prevent the cross, which he does, but it's back in field towards Demirel again. Low ball forward, it's sliced by Bale, and it's chested down by Danny Ward. Very cool in the circumstances. Then he dummies as Burak Yilmaz comes forward to challenge him.
Danny Ward.
And he gathers the ball.
Did he give you a fright there?
Yes.
He's a confident lad. He played at Wrexham when I was manager. Great lad.
Heading towards the 90th minute here on TalkSport. Wales leading in Baku. Long goal kick from Ward. It's flicked on by Moore. Moore still tangling with Soyuncu, and it's all the way back towards Shakir. Very soon, Turkey will be living off added time in this game.
What injury time have we got, Nigel? A couple of... Kiefer Moore's been down twice.
I would think there'll be at least 4 or 5 minutes as a ball into the area. It doesn't find Çalhanoğlu, and it's flopped on gratefully by Danny Ward.
Let it go out for a goal kick.
4 minutes. 4 added minutes.
Great save from the header from the corner. We've just seen the replay. Another free header though.
That's been a perennial problem for Wales in their 2 games so far, but Danny Ward has kept on keeping them out.
Kiefer Moore can just about walk.
Now Yilmaz looking to chase a long ball forward. It's gathered by Yazici. Dervasoglu's shot is deflected. Yilmaz inside the area. Brilliant defending. Brave defending on the ground there. And Wales again have seen the opportunity go to nothing. And then there is confusion inside the penalty area. Yilmaz is looking to square up to Ben Davies, and players from both sides are now milling around. There was a Wales player Joe Rodon, who is still down inside the penalty area, and the Turks have completely lost their composure here.
Chaos. Someone's thrown a punch. 11v11.
Morel is down on the ground, and it's Burak Yilmaz who has been called across by the referee, along with Ben Davies. Yilmaz is now into the face of Davis, and the crowd are now suddenly back in this game. Mepham has been called across, along with Davis and the captain, Burak Yilmaz. Gareth Bale, as the captain, is also in there, and the assistant on the far side has come in to have his say. Bale is making a point to him, and the question is, what did the officials see there? Yellow card for Davis, yellow cards all round for Mepham, Davis and Burak Yilmaz.
Well, as long as the referee keeps walking towards the halfway line, I'd be happy with that. I'm sure there's a few punches been thrown there. I think Joe Morel pushes someone over. Great defending from Rodon, throws his head in, gets one in the face, but that's what you need from your defenders. A minute to go, and then Yilmaz is telling Joe Rodon to get up off the floor, and then the usual stuff happens, pushing him away. It looks as if Yilmaz is trying to grab, pinch.
Yeah, and then Yilmaz has gone down. Connor Roberts actually pushed him over.
Yeah, because Yilmaz has bent down as if he's saying sorry about that to Joe, and I think he's pinched his cheek.
And then Rodon accidentally knocked over Yilmaz, and I think the referee actually dealt with that as well as he could.
4 minutes.
Well, we've had two of them already here. Goal kick, which Danny Ward will take. Turkey 0, Wales 1 on Talk Sport. Turkey now getting pretty desperate. Soyuncu rising to head the ball forward, but Morel returns it over the top, and the ball will bounce behind, and it's a goal kick. Can Wales see this out? This would be one of their best victories for many, many years. We look back at 2016, this would be right up there. High ball played forward for Yilmaz. He wins the header, flicked on towards Çalhanoğlu, tries a disguised pass at the 93rd minute, and it comes to nothing. And Kiefer Moore has won a header on the far side. He's found James. Moore wanders into an offside position, but James has picked out Bale. He can break towards the edge of the penalty area. Bale's got players in support. It's Wilson with the dink, it's over the top. But he was blocked in the act of shooting, and it's gone behind for a corner to Wales in the 94th minute.
Another chance goes begging. Harry Wilson. Bale's come inside, slid him through a gap. He has a touch, and he's trying to dink it over the keeper's body, and the keeper's got his knee on it. It's gone out for a corner. Keep it in the corner.
40 seconds of added time to play, although there may be some more to account for the fracas inside the Welsh penalty area, and there's going to be another change made, and it's Nico Williams who is coming on for Dan James, just to waste some time. So Williams will trot across to the left-hand side. James can leave the pitch over on the far side. Wilson and Bale are over the corner.
Keep it there,
and they've just got to stay there, just got to see this out. Bale, though, wriggles into the penalty area, and Bale is still going. Can Bale finish it? It's blocked by the goalkeeper. Moore brings it down. Moore shot deflected, and it's gone behind for another corner to Wales. Oh, this is absolute agony,
isn't it? Gareth Bale, he goes over and he kids everyone on the pitch. He goes as if he's going to keep the ball in the corner, and he wriggles along the byline last second. Outside of his left foot, he's trying to side foot in the bottom corner. It's hit the keeper, then it comes back to Kiefer Moore. He's had a volley, got deflected wide. Keep it in the corner again.
We're into the 95th minute here. The corner kick is taken, and Bale again breaks into the penalty area. Bale is still going, plays it short.
Yes!
Shot in, and Wales have done it. Wales have won this game by 2-0. What a victory! Connor Roberts with the second goal, and Wales are on the brink of qualification for the round of 16. This is one of their best victories for many, many years. This matches much of what they achieved in 2016 Wales have arrived here. They have been absolutely brilliant, and they have seen off Turkey. Amid the heat and hostility of Baku, it is Turkey 0, Wales 2.
Well, those people who wrote Gareth Bale off, tonight he's been back to Gareth Bale world class. And what he's done again, if we hadn't scored, I would have been raging. We've got a corner in the 96th minute, and he does it again. He pretends he's going to keep it in there and wriggles along the byline, beats two players, carries on wriggling, squares it. Connor Roberts, first goal for Wales. Is it his first goal? I think it is.
Second goal for Wales.
Oh, he's got one. What's he doing there? What is he doing? Connor Roberts right back. But he's got a goal and we're through. Right, can we win the group? Wow. Can we win the group, Nige?
Well, it sets up a fascinating game. Now, whatever happens in the match between Italy and Switzerland, live on TalkSport later on, Turkey 0, Wales 2. Let's be brutally honest, Dean, none of us thought this would happen here tonight.
Well, we've never seen the game going like this as well. I mean, if you look at the shot count,
the fans are leaving in their thousands.
Yeah, off you go, all of you.
That is it. What a night to be Welsh. Wales on their way through, surely, with 4 points from 2 games, and they have beaten Turkey here. They have beaten the local crowd, and they have been wonderful here in Baku. Aaron Ramsey and Connor Roberts with the goals, and to a man on and off the field. Wales have been immense. A stupendous result. It has finished Turkey 0, Wales 2.